My dear friends, as the sun rises on another day, we are reminded of the grace and mercy that have carried us this far. Each morning is a gift, a new opportunity to embrace the blessings of life. And in these later years, when the steps may be slower, but the wisdom runs deeper, let us begin each day with words that uplift the soul. Here are 5 powerful lines to speak every morning, words that can strengthen our hearts and draw us closer to the one who walks with us through every season of life. 1, this is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. No matter what yesterday held, today is a fresh start. The aches, the worries, the burdens, they do not define this day. It is a day that God has given, and we will meet it with joy and gratitude. 2, I am still here for a reason. If you are breathing, God is not finished with you. There is purpose in your life, even in old age, whether it is through a kind word, a loving prayer, or simply your presence. You are a light to those around you. 3, I will not let fear or worry steal my peace. The world may change and troubles may come, but our hearts can rest in the one who never changes. Fear does not have the final word. Faith does. Worry does not rule our days. Trust does. 4, I am loved, and I will show love. Love has no age. It is not diminished by time. Rather, it grows richer and deeper. Every morning we can choose to walk in love, to forgive, to encourage, and to bless others with the love we have received. 5, my best days are not behind me, but ahead of me. The world may say that youth holds the best years, but that is not the truth. Our best days are the ones where we are closest to God, and each step toward eternity is a step toward something more glorious than we can imagine. So, dear friends, let these words be on your lips each morning. Let them shape your thoughts, guide your actions, and fill your spirit with peace. For the one who has been faithful in the past will be faithful today and forevermore. Amen. Each morning, as the first light of day breaks through the sky, we are given a fresh opportunity to embrace the gift of life. No matter how many years we have lived or how many seasons we have seen, every new day is a blessing. It is easy to dwell on the aches of the body, the weight of the past, or the uncertainties of the future. But we must remind ourselves that this day is not just another ordinary day. It is a day that the Lord has made. And if He has allowed us to wake up to it, then there is still purpose in our lives. One of the greatest truths we can hold on to is that God does not keep us here without reason. As long as we have breath, there is something for us to do, something for us to give, and something for us to learn. Sometimes that purpose is as simple as offering a kind word, lifting someone in prayer, or being a steady presence for those around us. The world may tell us that old age is a time of fading into the background, but that is not God's way. In His kingdom, every stage of life is valuable, and He continues to use us in ways we may not even realize. Each morning, we must choose faith over fear. The years may have brought challenges, losses, and uncertainties, but worry and anxiety should not dictate our days. Fear whispers that the future is uncertain, but faith declares that God is already there, making a way. Worry tells us that we are alone in our struggles, but trust reminds us that He has never left us, not for a single moment. When we surrender our fears and place our confidence in Him, we find the peace that surpasses all understanding, a peace that carries us through even the most difficult days. Love remains the most powerful force in our lives, no matter our age. It is not limited by time, nor does it fade as the years go by. If anything, love deepens with experience and grows richer with understanding. Each morning we should remind ourselves that we are deeply loved, not just by family and friends, but by the one who created us and knows every detail of our lives. And because we are loved, it may be in the form of a kind smile, a gentle touch, a word of encouragement, or a simple act of grace. Love has the power to transform not only our hearts, but the hearts of those around us. Too often people look back on their youth and believe their best days are behind them. But the truth is, the best days are the ones where we are closest to God. No matter how many years we have lived, we are still on a journey towards something greater. Life does not end with age, it moves forward with purpose. The greatest joys, the deepest wisdom, and the most meaningful moments may still be ahead. When we wake up each morning believing that God is still writing our story, we walk in hope, knowing that every day brings us closer to His eternal promises. What we speak each morning shapes our thoughts, our attitudes, and our hearts. Words have power. They can either lift us up or weigh us down. When we begin our day with words of gratitude, purpose, faith, love, and hope, we set the tone for everything that follows. These simple yet powerful declarations remind us of who we are, whose we are, and the incredible future that still lies ahead, no matter our age, no matter our circumstances. Let us rise each day with these truths in our hearts and on our lips, trusting that the one who has been faithful before will be faithful again, today and forevermore. Each new day is a blessing, a fresh start granted by the grace of God. As we wake up in the morning, we have a choice to dwell on the aches and pains, the worries of yesterday, or the uncertainties of tomorrow, or to embrace the day with faith, gratitude, and purpose. No matter how many years we have lived, no matter the challenges we have faced, each day is a reminder that God is not finished with us yet. If we have been given another sunrise, it means there is still something meaningful for us to do. Age is not a measure of usefulness. The world may suggest that the best years are behind us, that old age is a time of fading away, but that is not the truth. God's plans do not expire with time, and His purpose for us does not diminish with age. We are here because there is still a role for us to play, whether it is through encouraging a friend, sharing wisdom with a younger generation, or simply being present for those. Our lives still have meaning, and every moment we are given is an opportunity to serve, love, and make a difference. Fear and worry often try to take hold of the heart, especially in later years. There are concerns about health, about loved ones, about the unknowns of the future. But fear is not from God, and worry does not serve us. Instead of allowing anxiety to rule our minds, we can choose to place our trust in the one who has guided us through every storm. The same God who carried us through past difficulties will continue to walk with us today. He has been faithful before, and He will be faithful again. When we wake up each morning with a heart full of trust, we replace fear with peace and anxiety with assurance. Love is one of the greatest gifts we can give and receive, and it does not fade with time. If anything, love grows deeper as we experience life, as we understand more about kindness, patience, and grace. Each morning, we must remind ourselves that we are deeply loved, not just by family and friends, but by the Creator who knows every detail of our lives. And because we are loved, we are called to share that love with others. A kind word, a listening ear, a simple act of generosity. These may seem small, but they have the power to touch hearts and transform lives. Love is not limited by age. It is the foundation of a life well lived. It is easy to look back on youth and believe that the best days have already passed, but that is not the truth. The best days are not defined by age or strength. They are defined by how close we are to God. Each day that we live in faith, each moment that we spend in gratitude is a day of great purpose. There is still beauty to be seen, wisdom to be shared, and joy to be experienced. Every morning is a step closer to the glorious future that God has prepared for us, and there is no greater hope than that. The words we speak each morning shape the way we approach the day ahead. If we choose to declare words of faith, love, and gratitude, we set the tone for how we will live. We remind ourselves of the truth that life is a gift. We have purpose, that fear does not control us, that love is always within us, and that the best is yet to come. No matter how many years we have lived, every day is an opportunity to embrace God's goodness and walk in His grace. Let us wake up each morning with these truths in our hearts, knowing that the one who has been with us from the beginning will remain with us until the end. Each morning, as the light of a new day breaks through the darkness, we are given another chance to embrace the gift of life. It does not matter how many years we have seen or how many challenges we have faced. Each day is a fresh beginning, a reminder that we are still here for a reason. There are times when old age may bring physical limitations or moments of reflection on the past. But no matter our circumstances, God has a purpose for every breath we take. If we wake up to see another sunrise, it is because our journey is not yet complete. The world may try to convince us that aging is a sign of fading significance, that our best days are behind us. But that is far from the truth. Every stage of life holds value, and experience brings wisdom that can be shared with others. We may not move as quickly as before, but our words and presence still have the power to encourage, comfort, and inspire. Whether it is through a simple conversation, a heartfelt prayer, or an act of kindness, we can continue to make a difference in the lives of those around us. There is no such thing as being too old to have a purpose. God still has work for us to do. Fear and worry are common struggles, especially as we grow older. Concerns about health, family, and the uncertainties of the future can weigh heavily on the heart. But we must remember that fear does not come from God. He has carried us through hardships before, and He will not abandon us now. Worrying does not change the future, but trusting in God gives us peace in the present. Each morning we can choose to release our fears and place our faith in the one who knows the plans He has for us. His promises have never failed, and they never will. One of the greatest truths we must hold on to is that we are loved beyond measure. This love does not diminish with time, it only grows deeper. God's love is unwavering, unchanging, and everlasting. It is the foundation on which we stand, and it is the source of strength that carries us through every season of life. Because we are loved, we are also called to extend that love to others. A kind word, a warm smile, a listening. Love is not about grand gestures or youthful energy. It is about a heart that reflects God's compassion. Even in old age, we have the ability to love deeply and make a lasting impact. There is a common belief that the best years of life are in the past, but that is not true. The best days are not defined by age, but by our closeness to God. Each day that we live with faith, hope, and gratitude is a day of significance. Every morning is another opportunity to experience His goodness, to share our wisdom, and to walk in His purpose. Life is not just about looking back at what was. It is about looking forward to what is still to come. The most beautiful moments, the most meaningful conversations, and the most profound experiences with God may still be ahead of us. The words we speak each morning shape the way we approach the day. If we declare faith over fear, gratitude over complaint, and hope over despair, we set the tone for how we will live. Each day is a chance to embrace the blessings before us, to walk in love, and to trust in God's plan. No matter how many years we have been given, life is still a gift. And the one who has been faithful from the beginning will remain with us until the end. Let us wake up each morning with hearts full of peace, knowing that the best is yet to come. Each morning is a gift, a new opportunity to embrace life with gratitude and purpose. No matter how many years we have lived, waking up to a new day is a reminder that our journey is not yet over. It is easy to focus on the challenges that come with aging, the physical aches, the memories of the past, or the uncertainties of the future, but these things do not define us. What defines us is the faith we carry, the love we share, and the hope we hold on to. Every breath we take is a sign that God still has a plan for us, and we must live each day with that truth in our hearts. There is a false belief in the world that old age means fading into the background, that our best days are behind us. But this is not the case. Every stage of life has meaning, and the wisdom gained through the years is a precious gift. The experiences we have lived through, the lessons we have learned, and the faith that has carried us through difficulties are all part of our purpose. We may not be as physically strong as before, but our strength now comes from something even greater. Our understanding of what truly matters. A kind word, a listening ear, a prayer lifted for someone in need. These small acts of love have the power to make a great difference. Fear and worry often try to take hold as the years pass. Concerns about health, family, or the unknown future can weigh heavily on the heart. But we must remember that fear is not from God. He has walked with us through every challenge we have faced, and he will continue to be with us in the days to come. Worry does not change the future, but trusting God gives us peace in the present. Instead of allowing anxiety to fill our minds, we must replace it with faith, knowing that the one who has been faithful in the past will remain faithful forever. One of the greatest gifts we have is the ability to love and be loved. Love does not fade with time. It grows deeper as we understand its true meaning. The love of family, the friendships that have stood the test of time, and most importantly, the love of God. These are treasures that do not diminish. Each day, we should remind ourselves that we are deeply loved, not because of what we do, but because of who we are. And because we are loved, we must also share that love with others. A kind gesture, a word of encouragement, or simply being present for someone can have a lasting impact. Love is not measured by grand actions, but by the quiet ways we show we care. Some people believe that the best years of life are in the past, but that is not the truth. The best days are the ones where we are closest to God, and that means our greatest moments can still be ahead of us. Every morning we wake up as a step closer to eternity, a step closer to experiencing the fullness of his promises. There is still beauty to be seen, lessons to be learned, and joy to be found. Life is not just about looking back. It is about looking forward with faith and expectation. The words we speak each morning shape our thoughts, our attitudes, and our actions. If we choose to begin the day with gratitude, trust, and love, we will find strength for whatever lies ahead. We must remind ourselves that today is a blessing, that we are here for a reason, that fear has no place in our hearts, that love is always within us, and that the best is yet to come. No matter how many years we have lived, every day is another chance to embrace the goodness of life and the faithfulness of God. Let us rise each morning with peace, knowing that he who has been with us from the beginning will be with us always. Each new morning is a reminder of God's grace, a fresh opportunity to embrace the blessings of life. Waking up to another day is not something to take for granted. It is a sign that our purpose is not yet complete. As we grow older, it is easy to focus on the physical limitations, the memories of the past, or the uncertainties of the future. But we must not let these thoughts define us. Instead, we should wake up each day with gratitude, recognizing that every breath we take is a gift. No matter our age, we still have meaning, and our lives continue to hold great value. The world may suggest that old age is a time of decline, a stage where one becomes less important, but this is not true. The later years of life are not about fading away. They are about stepping into the fullness of wisdom and experience. Over the years, we have learned lessons that only time can teach. We have faced trials, overcome struggles, and discovered the depth of God's faithfulness. These are gifts that can be shared with others. Even if we move more slowly or our strength is not what it once was, our words, presence, and prayers can still make an incredible difference. There is no expiration date on our ability to encourage, uplift, and love those around us. Fear often tries to creep into the heart, especially as we grow older. Thoughts about health, the well-being of loved ones, or the uncertainties of tomorrow can become overwhelming. But fear is not from God. He has been our refuge and strength through every season of life, and He will continue to be. Worry does not change the future, but trust in Him gives us peace in the present. Each morning we have a choice to let fear control our hearts or to surrender our concerns to the one who holds all things in His hands. When we choose faith over fear, we find a peace that the world cannot take away. Love is one of the greatest gifts we have been given, and it does not diminish with age. In fact, love only grows richer and more meaningful as the years go by. The love of family, the bond of friendships, and most importantly, the love of God are treasures that never fade. Each day we should remind ourselves that we are deeply loved, not because of what we can do, but simply because of who we are. And because we are loved, we must also extend that love to others. Love is not about grand gestures. It is found in the small, everyday acts of kindness. A comforting word, a warm smile, a moment of understanding. Even in old age, we have the power to brighten someone's day, to bring joy to a weary heart, and to make a lasting impact on those around us. Some believe that the best years of life are in the past, but that is not the truth. Our best days are not defined by physical ability, but by how close we are to God. Each new day is another opportunity to experience His goodness, to share His love, and to continue walking in His purpose. There is still beauty to witness, wisdom to pass on, and joy to be found. Life is not just about reminiscing about what once was. It is about looking forward with faith and expectation for what is still to come. The way we start our mornings has the power to shape the rest of our day. If we choose to begin with words of faith, love, and gratitude, we set the tone for everything that follows. We must remind ourselves daily that today is a blessing, that we are still here for a reason, that fear has no place in our hearts, that love is always within us, and that the best is yet to come. No matter how many years we have lived, every single day is another chance to walk in God's grace and embrace the fullness of life. Let us rise each morning with confidence and peace, knowing that the one who has carried us through every season will continue to walk with us until the very end. Each morning as the sun rises and a new day begins, we are reminded of the precious gift of life. Every breath we take is a sign of God's grace, a reminder that we are still here for a reason. No matter how many years we have lived, no matter the challenges we have faced, each new day is an opportunity to walk in faith, embrace love, and live with gratitude. Too often people focus on the difficulties that come with aging, the changes in the body, the memories of the past, or the uncertainties of the future. But these things do not define us. What truly matters is how we choose to speak and how we choose to trust in God's perfect plan. Many believe that old age is a time of fading away, of stepping aside and becoming less significant. But that is not how God sees us. In His eyes, every stage of life has meaning and every person has a purpose, no matter their age. The wisdom that comes with years of experience is a blessing that can be shared with others. The lessons learned through trials and the faith strengthened through hardships are testimonies that can encourage those who are younger. Even if our steps are slower and our hands are weaker, our words, our prayers, and our presence still have great power. We are never too old to make a difference, to inspire, or to leave a lasting impact on the people around us. Fear is something that often comes with growing older. Worries about health, about loved ones, about the unknown future can weigh heavily on the heart. But fear does not come from God, and it should not control our days. Looking back, we can see how he has carried us through so many storms, how he has provided for us in ways we did not expect, and how his faithfulness has never wavered. If he has been with us through every season of life, he will not abandon us now. Each morning we have a choice to allow fear to take hold or to trust in the one who holds our future. When we choose faith over fear, we find peace that cannot be shaken, a peace that fills our hearts and strengthens us for whatever may come. Love is one of the most powerful forces in our lives, and it does not fade with age. In fact, love only grows deeper and more meaningful as time goes on. The love of family, the friendships built over the years, and most importantly, the love of God are treasures that remain with us always. Each day, we should remind ourselves that we are deeply loved, not for what we can do, but simply for who we are. And because we are loved, we are also called to love. Love is not measured in grand gestures. It is found in the simple moments. A kind word, a gentle smile, a listening ear, a prayer lifted for someone in need. Even in old age, we have the ability to bring light into someone's life, to offer encouragement, and to spread joy. Some believe that the best days of life are in the past, but that is not the truth. The best days are the ones where we walk closely with God, and that means our greatest moments can still be ahead of us. Every morning we wake up is another step in our journey toward him, another opportunity to witness his goodness and share his love. There is still beauty to see, wisdom to impart, and joy to experience. Life is not about looking back with longing. It is about looking forward with faith, knowing that God's plans for us are never finished. The words we speak each morning set the tone for our day. If we begin with gratitude, trust, and love, we step into the day with strength and purpose. We must remind ourselves that today is a blessing, that we are here for a reason, that fear has no place in our hearts, that love is within us, and that the best is yet to come. No matter how many years we have lived, every day is a new chance to embrace life, to walk in faith, and to rest in the assurance that the one who has been with us from the beginning will remain with us until the end. As we journey through life, each day is a sacred gift, a fresh opportunity to walk in faith, love, and purpose. Age does not diminish our value. It deepens our wisdom, strengthens our testimony, and gives us a greater understanding of what truly matters. The world may suggest that our best days are behind us, but the truth is, as long as we have breath, we have purpose. Fear has no place in a heart that trusts in God, and love has no limits when it is shared freely. Let us rise each morning with gratitude, speak words of faith over our lives, and walk boldly in the knowledge that the best is yet to come. No matter how many years we have lived, we are still here for a reason. God is not finished with us yet.